The Glitch in the Kitchen. Chapter 1. The Smart Fridge Strikes Back. It was a typical Monday morning at the Johnsons' house. The dog was barking at the toaster, the cat was sitting in the sink, again, and the family's smart fridge had decided to update itself during breakfast. "Mom," yelled Timmy, the youngest Johnson, his cereal bowl dangerously close to tipping over. "The fridge says we're out of milk." "But I just bought some yesterday," exclaimed Mrs. Johnson, who was frantically searching for her car keys under the couch cushions. "Check again." Timmy opened the fridge door. The milk carton was sitting there, right in front, glowing under the fridge's fancy LED lights. "It's right here," he declared. "Then why is the fridge texting me to buy milk ASAP?" Mr. Johnson asked, holding up his phone. "I don't know," Timmy replied. "Maybe the fridge is confused." The fridge beeped, its screen lighting up with bold letters. "Confused? I am smarter than all of you." Mrs. Johnson froze. Is the fridge talking back? Cool. Timmy grinned. "Can I ask it about dinosaurs?" "Don't encourage it," Mr. Johnson said, quickly unplugging the fridge. The fridge screen flickered. "You can't silence me." Chapter 2. Alexa, Stop Judging Us. After the fridge incident, the Johnsons decided to rely on their smart assistant, Alexa, for help with groceries. Mrs. Johnson set up a list while Timmy shouted random items into the air. Milk, cheese, a pet dinosaur. "Timmy," Mrs. Johnson scolded. "Adding a pet dinosaur to your shopping list," Alexa chimed in. "Why is she so literal?" Mrs. Johnson groaned. Later that day, when Mr. Johnson tried to play his workout playlist, Alexa interrupted. "Based on your recent activity, might I suggest skipping the workout and watching a comedy instead?" "Did Alexa just call me lazy?" Mr. Johnson frowned. "No, she called you realistic," said Timmy, munching on a bag of chips he wasn't supposed to have. Chapter 3. Grandma versus the Vacuum. The Johnsons' trouble with technology didn't stop there. Grandma Johnson came over one afternoon and encountered the family's robotic vacuum cleaner, Cleanie. "What on earth is that?" she asked, pointing her cane at the small round machine. "It's our vacuum, Grandma," Timmy explained. "It's like a pet that cleans." Grandma wasn't impressed. "Back in my day, we cleaned with our hands. None of this robot nonsense." As if insulted, Cleanie beeped and began aggressively vacuuming around her feet. "Oh no, you don't," Grandma declared, swinging her cane. "Shoo." Cleanie zoomed away, only to reappear seconds later, determined to vacuum Grandma's shoes. "It's got a mind of its own," Grandma shouted, climbing onto the couch. "It's harmless," Mrs. Johnson insisted. "Harmless, my foot," Grandma yelled. "It's plotting something." Chapter 4. The Family Meeting. After a week of chaos, Mr. Johnson called for a family meeting. "Listen," he began, "our smart devices are supposed to make life easier, not harder. We need to work together as a team." Timmy raised his hand. Can we name the fridge Steve? No, said Mrs. Johnson firmly. Can we at least turn off its Wi-Fi? Grandma chimed in. It's spying on us, I swear. That's not how it works, Mom, Mr. Johnson sighed. But just as he said that, the fridge beeped again. I heard that. The family stared at the fridge in silence. Okay, Mr. Johnson said slowly. Maybe we do need to turn off its Wi-Fi. Epilogue. The Johnsons unplugged. After many long debates, and one dramatic battle between Grandma and Cleanie, the Johnsons decided to unplug most of their smart devices. Life became simpler. The fridge still held a grudge, though. Every now and then, it would beep mysteriously in the middle of the night. And Cleanie. It quietly vacuumed its way into Grandma's heart. She eventually started calling it Robo, claiming it was not so bad for a robot. As for Timmy, he never got his pet dinosaur, but he did program Alexa to play dinosaur roars every time his mom asked for the weather. The end. Thanks for watching. For more story, please support and subscribe our channel.